Hi guys, this is Style Moni, and some of you may or may not know, but I've been putting together a little blog on a few things such as beauty, fashion, travel and career advice. So I thought I'd do something a bit different and do a video review on a makeup brush. So this is the first of many. Hopefully I will be putting together more video content on reviews or just things about beauty, fashion, travel and career advice. If anybody has any kind of feedback and what I can do, then that would be very much appreciated. But in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a makeup brush which is vegan and cruelty free. So the brush brand is called Loella, and Loella is a London-based brand which puts together makeup brushes that are vegan and cruelty free. So I actually got this at the London Beauty Festival, which took place I think 13th to 14th of July, and I popped along and I met such amazing entrepreneurs that were there. This festival gives a chance for entrepreneurs to really promote their products and services, and I met such interesting people that kind of it was a bit of an education lesson as well. You know, I came across, you know, unique products, clothing line as well, and they had a catwalk fashion. So I actually did a blog about my experience at the London Beauty Festival, which I will link somewhere, you'll find out. And you can read my time there. So at the London Beauty Festival there was a Loella store, so I thought I'd go visit it and see, because their store actually had all their makeup brushes which look visually beautiful, and they were all in these little pots. And I spoke to the lady that was there, and she was so sweet, so wonderful. She gave me a bit of background about Loella being a London-based brand, very, very affordable as well, and how they like to, you know, make the whole idea of putting makeup on colourful, fun, bright, easy, glamorous. So while I was there, I picked up actually their foundation brush. And what is actually unique about this is the fact that all their makeup brushes are actually named after females. So she was telling me that the brand itself is definitely an advocate for female empowerment, so many of the brushes were actually named after female names. So the one I have, it's called Buffed Up Bryony. I feel like that's an American name rather than a British one, but that's what it's called. I don't know if you can see it, but that's it there. And yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful, you know, metallic colour here with a flat top kabuki brush. Now, I don't tend to actually use makeup brushes because of my skin type. So I have dry skin, and sometimes it can be flaky. And even if I prime it, it can still come out quite flaky. So for me, I'd probably use the Beauty Blender because it's of the bouncing motion and the fact that it gives you really good coverage on your foundation. So I've been using that for a very, very long time. So I don't tend to use makeup brushes because they basically make my skin a bit flaky. Of the motion of, it's kind of a bit of a rough motion I tend to use. But when I spoke to the Loella representative, she said that because the bristles are vegan and cruelty free, it's very nice on your skin, very soft, so it should give you a very beautiful finish with your foundation. So I thought, why not I have a go? Maybe it might change my mind and I could use makeup brushes. So I bought the foundation one. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to prime my face first, just to see how well this gets into this face. So this is my skin. I've just cleansed it. Haven't done anything else to it. It's a pretty tired face. But yeah, so I'm gonna prime it. So the primer I'm using is the Benefit Pore Professional Primer. I'm sure you've seen this everywhere. This is a really good primer, as the primer itself is it's very, very soft, and it's got like a velvet texture. So I'm going to warm it between my fingers here and then distribute it. And I'm putting it only on my T-zone because that's where my pores are and they show up the most. So just put it in here in the middle. Okay. All lovely. So you can see it's made it a bit more matte. Not completely matte, but it's just filling in those pores, so it's a great product to use. And what I am going to be using is a Chanel foundation, which is the Aqualumiere, which is good for dry skin. So I'm just going to take that. And one thing about makeup brushes is how much the brush picks up on product. I have had brushes in the past where it picks up a lot of product and the product actually runs down into the brush. So then when you're cleaning your brushes, you have to thoroughly clean them in order to get that foundation out. So I'm quite intrigued to see, because it's very dense, how much product it will pick up and how much it will actually be applied on my skin. So I tend to work in smaller sections a bit, but let's see. So I've picked up some product and I'm just going to be applying it. And just to kind of see. So obviously I'm using a circular motion because you're buffing in skin. It should be very, very nice. I'm just trying to see with a mirror how it looks. It's going on quite nicely, and I'm trying not to be very hard and using the buffing motion. It's going on quite nicely as well. Right, so I've done the majority of my face and it looks really nice. It's a very lovely finish, and I'm just having a look at to see if the product, yeah, not a lot of product is left behind, which is good. So I'm going to try it on my nose. So my nose section is actually the issue, which flakes up a lot. So that's why I tend to use a beauty blender more. And so this would kind of, it's a bit of a, you know, make or break situation, because if this flakes up my T-zone area, then it wouldn't be so great. It could probably work very well with those that have oily skin, because you would just have to prime your face with a matte primer. But for those out there that have dry skin or a bit of flaky skin, any kind of irritation, any kind of motion, and it will start peeling and things like that, and it's just not a nice look. And I feel very conscious as well, knowing it looks flaky or a bit dry. I get very conscious about it, and the foundation also doesn't sit very well sometimes. So let's try this out and see how well this works on the nose. I'm trying to get into the nook. So obviously this area here is what I'm trying to get into to make sure there's a nice even finish. And from what I can see, it's not actually giving me any flaky skin, which is really good. It's good to see. Yeah, not bad actually. So from what I can see on my skin, obviously the camera might not pick up every little detail, but I can see, especially my T-zone area, it's not flaking at all. There could be many factors to it. It could be the primer I've used, foundation, or even the brush itself. But with all those factors, I've got a really good base, which is very important in order to layer up and put on your concealer, even your eyeshadow, your blush, your bronzer. So it's good to have a really good base. And yeah, this is actually really good. It's giving me a very, very nice finish, which I like. My skin doesn't look flaky. It's really, really, yeah, I like it. It's just really soft. Like, it's really, really soft, and it's great because it's flat. You can do different motions. You can do like a round one, a patting one. Obviously the patting one is reflective of a beauty blender, so it's great as it's very dense. It can pick up more product. So yeah, this is actually really, really good. So this is only the foundation brush. I haven't tried out any of their brushes. They have a whole range of brushes, you know, a blush brush, and they've got some eyeshadow brushes as well. But yeah, I really, really like this product, Loella. And if I had to rate this out of 5, I would rate it 4 out of 5, which is pretty high. But the reason why is because it hasn't made me flake, and that's a huge, huge deal for anybody that has dry skin, or even just for me. So the fact that I haven't flaked up anywhere, it's giving me a really nice finish. And also on my skin, it's very, very soft. Like, it's actually quite nice and soothing. And you know, even on my skin, I don't see any brush marks. Sometimes, you know, with brushes, it can leave a bit of a brush mark, especially the flat top ones. So it's really good for you to buff in very, very well. And yeah, and even with this, you don't have to use foundation. If you've got a bronzer, you could, you know, use it to buff in your bronzer. If you have a cream blush, you can use it. So it's very, very versatile. So not only just for foundations, it could be used for cream products as well. And it probably could be used for concealer as well. It fits under my eye very, very beautifully, as you can see. So yeah, this is definitely versatile, vegan and cruelty-free, which is great, visually beautiful, and it is affordable as well. I can't remember how, I think I paid £10 for this, but I'm not sure whether that's because it was just a discount because it was the London Beauty Festival. But I will put a link or information below about the Loella brushes. But yeah, it's definitely a good brush, and I would recommend using it for those that are trying to start out in makeup or would like to add to their collection. This is definitely one I would recommend. It also comes in blue as well, so if you're not keen on the red, there are metallic blues which are beautiful as well. And yeah, definitely a product that Style Moni loves and would recommend. So yeah, so thanks for watching, and as I said, this won't be the last. There will be many more videos on products and stuff, and you know, any kind of feedback is very much appreciated as well. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you very soon.